This is Stephan Morsk bringing you the Morsk Feed, my invidious comments on the most fascinating news stories of the moment. This is the June 21st, 2014 edition. Don't forget to follow me on my website, morsklitmonthly.com, all lowercase. And to buy my book, of course, He is Sexual Odyssey. It is not erotica, but it is sexy as hell. Now for today's news stories. The Pope has finally made a comment on recreational marijuana. His comment reads as follows, quote, Obiscatum immanculates mortis moribobiscium. Roughly translated, it says something like, if it's good stuff, it's holy. That Popesy, he's got it all going on, don't you think? With those raves and those bowls of Molly and that big hat. This is the Pope we've been waiting for. Next story. In an effort at political correctness, Donald Sterling now believes that the name Redskins should be dropped. In its place, he has suggested the Tomahawk Hurlers, or the Hatchet Chuckers, or the Spear Flingers. It is so heartwarming to see an old man evolve so beautifully. Rick Perry, governor of Texas, now compares alcoholism to being gay. Later that day, he was seen entering a 12-step group. Not sure what that means. In a related story, scientists now say that they have found a treatment for gayness, which is practically foolproof. They've called it Kate Upton. ISIS is now joining forces with Boko Haram to form Boko Haram ISIS. They plan on challenging the Blue Man Group to a dance-a-thon in Las Vegas. The Blue Man Group so far is only available for comment. On hearing that Iran wanted to help Iraq in the current crisis, President Barack Obama told CNN's Candy Crowley, quote, if they're so pissed, why don't they drop a few nukes on their little bastards, unquote. Spokesmen later have retracted these statements. No reason given. Right on, Barack. Maureen Dowd vows to try marijuana candy again. Quote, unless I really am dead, unquote. The medical examiner is checking out her claim. Senator John McCain has called the 5 released Taliban prisoners bad actors. To dispose this, they plan on staging a revival of the Sunshine Boys at the Qatar Playhouse. I would love to get my hands on a ticket. Bob Bergdahl, once he gets out of the hospital, is planning to open a line of pastry shops. He's come up with a catchy title. He's going to call it Just Dessert. I think I'll invest a few dollars in that one. Vladimir Putin is backing Hillary Clinton for president. He says, quote, whenever she gets a period, I will just attack another country, unquote. He recommends that she pick Dennis Rodman for Veep. When told that Hillary is too old to get a period, he says, quote, it doesn't matter, unquote. Go Vlad. Justin Bieber, trying to dig up old racist comments so that he can get publicity, quote, just like Donald Sterling did, only cooler. Thanks, Jess. Donald Sterling claims to have found Casey Kasem in his backyard. He thinks that Taliban may be involved, quote, whatever they are, unquote. Then he adds, quote, are they black? Unquote. Very interesting. The NRA is offering to arm Jay-Z against any potential enemies in an effort to reinforce the Second Amendment. Thank you very much. Donald Sterling vows to get his team back, quote, even the black players, unquote. That mind keeps evolving and evolving. Donald Trump's hair now blaming Jay-Z for its negative image. On a personal note, I have decided against trying ingestible tanning lotion. My colon does not really get that much sun. Here's to you, Hoda, you luscious little French furniture, you. By the way, I think Percocet and vodka go well together. Don't you? I do. Putin is now blaming Jay-Z for the whole Ukrainian mess. He believes Solange was in the right and should have occupied his territories. Obama is also blaming Jay-Z for the VA scandal. He believes it all started when he and Beyoncé went to Cuba. He thinks Castro may be involved. Makes some sense? Oui? Pat Sajak now blaming Jay-Z and Donald Sterling for global warming. He labels them corrupt liberals hell-bent on leveraging the world's future on a chicken little contrivance. He goes on to call it, quote, thermonuclear inveiglement, unquote. Thank you, Pat. Donald Sterling, again, now blaming Jay-Z for his problems, says if he runs into him in an elevator, he will ask Veer to punch the little pussy, quote unquote. Absolutely. Breaking news, this just in. Thank you. A new DC Alzheimer's support group is starting to include Hillary Clinton, Donald Sterling, Karl Rove, Carrot Top, Casey Kasem, oh no, we crossed him off the list. New members to include Pat Sajak, Mark Cuban. The leader of the group will be Gary Busey, who apparently has some personal understanding of the situation. Stephan Morsk will now save the world. One word, gas X. If cow flatulence is the greatest global threat to mankind, adding gas X to cattle feed should save the world. You are welcome. I love you, Hoda. Trending now, Solange and Visteviani are to start a new line of Ninja visor wear. Oh, I would love to get my hands on one of these. Donald Sterling promises to redeem himself by buying back all 275 Nigerian girls and riding them back into town on his Hummer limo. Breaking news. The American faction of Boko Haram has been identified. The Boko Raton is a ruthless cabal of retired Jewish tax accountants who have taken over the men's room at the Orlando Old Country Buffet, the Demons, free colonoscopy, and Fixodont. SEAL Team 6 is now preparing for the dangerous mission of liberation. God bless. God bless. Well, before we have a scanning event in which you may use your barcode scanners to go directly to my website, which is called, if you have forgotten, morskelitmonthly.com, I'll leave you with these words. In the words of billionaires Geraldo and Larry King, quote, marry lots of young chicks, have lots of kids, and piles of alimony. Words to live by. Alright, prepare for the scanning event. 3, 2, 1, scan me. I bid you now adieu. I love you all. Don't forget to follow me on morskfeed.com. Until next time, it is your invidious reporter, Stephan Morsk, and this has been the Morsk Feed for June 21st, 2014. Turn it off. I said turn it off.